Imam qui per aiutarci con una preghiera di apertura. Grazie.
Benvenuti a tutti, welcome to everybody, casa neza mwese, reka dutangize isengesho kugira ngo twibuke n'abacu bazize jenoside y'abatutsi hashize imyaka 31 tubaragize nyagasani kandi badufashe kwibuka no kwiyubaka kugira ngo tuzabashe gukomeza guteza abatubyaye imbere. Ku izina ry'Imana Data na Mwana na Roho Mutagatifu. Twubaha Imana Data na Mwana na Roho Mutagatifu nk'uko bisanzwe iteka nibubahwe kandi n'iteka ryose. Amina. Nyagasani, tukuragije u Rwanda, ababituye bose, ariko cyane cyane abo twibuka kuri uyu munsi umwihariko, abazize jenoside y'abatutsi mu mwaka w'1994. Ubakire ubwami bwawe, ubakire mu bagaragu cyangwa se mu baja b'indahemuka, kugira ngo aho bari nabo bakomeze batuzirikane, kandi natwe dukomeze kugira ngo urugero badusigiye turukomereho, tubonereho kubaka u Rwanda. Ku izina ry'Imana Data na Mwana na Roho Mutagatifu.
This evening's program promises to be both enriching and moving. We will begin with a documentary screening that will help us reflect and enlighten our shared history, followed by captivating performances by our very own Henri. Then we will be graced by the main acts of tonight, Agazemenie and Rhymes of the Members, performed by the talented Wamahoro Malaika. Throughout this event, we will also hear from our dedicated organizers, who will share with us their remarks about this event and most especially the commemoration, and help us reflect on the main reason why we are gathered here today. Il programma di stasera ci promette di essere sia arricchente che toccante. Inizieremo con la proiezione di un documentario che ci aiuterà ad illuminare la nostra storia condivisa, e da seguire ci sarà la affascinanti performance del nostro Orly, e per gli atti per stasera ci sarà Rhymes of Remembrance e Agazemenie, che saranno interpretati dalla talentuosa Wamahoro Malaika. Durante l'evento i nostri organizzatori dedicati condivideranno con noi le loro riflessioni, sottolineando l'importanza di questa commemorazione. Grazie. Thank you once again. Before we move to the documentary screening, I would like to invite on stage Honorine Migliambere, President of Ibuka Italia, to share with us her opinion to set the right tone of this event.
Buon pomeriggio a tutte e a tutti. A nome di Ibuka Italia vi do il benvenuto a questo evento Because of Our History. Sarebbe come eco della nostra storia. A nome di Ibuka ringrazio tutti della vostra presenza, a partire da ieri che abbiamo avuto un evento all'Università di Tor Vergata. Vorrei ringraziare tanto in modo particolare l'Università Pontificia Salesiana per la sua ospitalità. Ringrazio Rooms of Remembrance, Malaika Wamahoro e il suo team qui presente, Peace Jury e Luisa. Ringrazio Our Past Initiative rappresentato da Cristiano Muari, qui presente insieme a Paola, che dopo ieri hanno viaggiato da Ruanda direttamente fino qua, hanno fatto un viaggio di 16 ore, sono atterrati a Fiumicino alle 7 di mattina, avevamo un evento alle 11 a Tor Vergata, ma ce l'hanno fatta ad essere lì presenti nonostante la stanchezza del viaggio e il sonno, e l'evento di ieri è stato davvero un successo. Ringrazio Ingangi e Calcia Troupe per la dedizione che ci ha messo a preparare questo pezzo di cui sapremo, di cui vedremo, Magazzinienie. Il pezzo racconta l'esperienza dei sopravvissuti e non solo, anche dei guarnesi. Non vorrei comunque svelare troppo. Ringrazio i membri di Ibuka per tutto quello che riescono a fare in tutti questi faticosi 10 anni. Sempre l'inizio non è mai semplice, ma sono 10 anni che ogni commemorazione, devo dire, abbiamo sempre una novità. Ringrazio e direi di Cundio tutti i ragazzi, pronuncio il suo nome perché l'evento di ieri a Tor Vergata è stata lei ad organizzare quasi tutto e insieme ai suoi compagni dell'università. Non vorrei comunque dire il nome di ciascuno per non dimenticare qualcuno, comunque vi dico grazie di cuore. Sia l'evento di oggi che quello di ieri sono stati eventi speciali, in quanto l'organizzazione richiedeva molto e nonostante tutto ha conosciuto la maggiore presenza dei nostri giovani. Come sapete abbiamo concluso 2 commemorazioni, il 7 aprile a Roma e il 12 aprile a Milano. Quest'anno le nostre commemorazioni sono state marcate da una forte presenza dei giovani, non solamente come presenza, ma anche con grande partecipazione partecipazione e collaborazione. Ibuka, in generale, non solamente anche Ibuka Italia, crede nella tramandazione, nel tramandare comunque la memoria ai giovani. Noi che siamo sopravvissuti è normale che invecchiamo, però comunque sappiamo con questa presenza che la memoria non andrà mai persa. Nonostante questa storia che ci ha portato al genocidio contro i Tutsi, i nostri giovani non l'hanno vissuta per fortuna e non l'hanno conosciuta, ma hanno capito l'importanza di custodire la memoria. Permettetemi di spiegare l'origine dell'evento di oggi e di ieri. Durante la 30ª commemorazione del genocidio contro i Tutsi in Ruanda, svolta a Roma l'anno scorso, il 7 aprile, organizzata come sempre da Ibuka Italia, abbiamo avuto la collaborazione con la Past Initiative, che ha collaborato con i nostri giovani che studiano a Roma, lavoravano a Roma. Tra quelli c'erano anche alcuni membri di Ingangi, ma questa collaborazione, durante quella collaborazione, comunque ci dà un intento e un desiderio di fare molto di più, non solamente da lontano, ma presenti qua in Italia, sul suolo italiano. Circa da ottobre dell'anno scorso, Cristian Imwali, che rappresenta Our Past Initiative, si è messo in contatto con Ibuka Italia. Abbiamo iniziato ad organizzare questo evento di oggi. Comunque tutto questo non sarebbe mai stato facile senza la collaborazione di ciascuno di noi, anche per poter realizzare il pezzo che vedremo come questo pezzo di teatro, diciamo così. Abbiamo avuto la collaborazione di Ingangi. Ingangi è un gruppo di ragazzi ruandesi che hanno un gruppo che è di ballo e non solo, comunque lo vedremo. Ed eccoci qua con un altro modo comunque di oggi di raccontare la nostra storia, con un linguaggio più comprensibile e meno pesante forse per i più giovani, e non solo perché siamo tutti giovani, ma diciamo per i più giovani. La nostra storia con Ruanda, che dopo la distruzione quasi totale del paese, ha molto sangue versato sulla nostra terra amata Ruanda, parliamo della resilienza dei sopravvissuti e del cammino che comunque come ruandesi abbiamo deciso di intraprendere dell'unità. Dico un cammino perché non è che possiamo dire che siamo arrivati tutto però come vogliamo comunque. Però questo cammino che stiamo facendo lo stiamo facendo insieme come popolo. Ancora benvenuti, spero che questo evento sarà il vostro gradimento. Che Dio vi benedica.
Thank you very much, Honorine, for officially welcoming us again and setting the right tone of this evening's event. To highlight some of the main points she shared with us, some of the main remarks she shared with us, she mentioned the particularity of this year's commemoration that more than ever has been participated by a lot of young people. She also expressed her gratitude to the organizing team, mentioning our past initiatives, Inganji Cultural Group, and the Salesians home that always welcomes us whenever we need to have such moments. So, ladies and gentlemen, following we have a documentary screening that will help us reflect and shed light on our history. Let us open our hearts and mind as we watch through Da seguire la proiezione del documentario che ci aiuta a riflettere e a commemorare le vite perse e la resilienza dei soggetti del documentario.
Is Rwanda today, a country transformed over the past 30 years. This new Rwanda has been forged out of the ashes of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi, an event that shocked the world. Our story offers a warning of what can happen when political leaders preach division and hatred triumphs over humanity. But it also tells us what can be achieved when a determined people fight together for unity and reconciliation. This new Rwanda has been forged out of the ashes of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi, an event that shocked the world. Our story offers a warning of what can happen when political leaders preach division and hatred triumphs over humanity. But it also tells us what can be achieved when a determined people fight together. This is our journey, told by those who have traveled together as we have moved from despair to hope. For much of the world, Rwanda first existed in 1994, and yet our story starts long before this. Before colonialism, Rwanda had a rich culture, one language, and the people were united around their own organic form of governance. This all changed when colonial powers chose to control Rwandans by ethnicity, creating division and conflict where none had existed previously. This division grew into hatred and violence, culminating in the genocide against the Tutsi, where over 1 million people were murdered in 100 days.
maze kubona bikomeye abantu batwika abantu barya inka abantu batemagurana za bariyeri bazishyizeho yewe n'abana na madamu tujya kwa data bukwe bari bafite imbaraga nyinshi. Abo bana rero bahamaze iminsi mike, hanyuma musaza wa madamu se wabo ufite imwe na se n'abandi b'abavandimwe babo nibo bafashe iya mbere, nta wundi wivanzemo, babajyana muri Nyabarongo, barabaheka baragenda babata muri Nyabarongo, barangije barataha.
Muri Jenoside 94 twagiciye imiryango yanjye mu bana 9 nabyara, hasigaye ngo twari turi
abana babiri n'umugabo wa Mariya, aho bose basanze kuri Mariya twe turi kubigisha.
Abagabo bacu babazamuye umuhungu bababwira ngo tugende tujye kwigira, ariko ubwo bazi ikigiye kubaho.
Barira umugabo wanjye kuko bari kuri lisite, bahita bamutsinda mugabo haruguru y'urugo gatoya, bambara barashe, bamurashe amasasu, umwana wabo n'umwishyura bari hanuye.
This genocide was long planned by the government of the time, who used education and the media to divide Rwandans, creating the conditions for the genocide to happen. The preparation of the genocide and of the 100 days of killings happened in full view of the world, who stood by, watched, and did nothing. No one came to Rwanda's rescue. The killings were only stopped when the Rwanda Patriotic Front overthrew the genocidal government. From that moment, Rwandans began the long, hard road to recovery, healing, and reconciliation.
ubundi amaherezo yazaba yahe ngize amahirwe y'uko urwango mariya asanze ariyo nibwo namubwiye uko biri kose urabizi igihe mu bantu nyine bakwiciye ariko ndagira ngo umpe imbabazi.
byagiye bigenda gahoro uko dusabana, uko duhura, uko tuvugana, uko twigishwa, harimo inyigisho nyinshi cyane, ntabwo byari byoroshye.
ahantu heza n'imereye neza ko imbabazi yazimpaye naragiye ngendera ku isantere ahantu bambonye mariya naramuhamagaye turasangira mbona aremeye turasangira muri icyo munsi n'ubusere bw'urufunguro n'ubusere bw'uvuye muri gereza.
To heal the wounds of a nation where neighbors killed neighbors, and even some family members turned on each other, the new Rwanda had to find a way to deliver justice for the victims, which could manage the scale of the crimes, and could also heal the torn social fabric of our society. So, we turned to our history for the answer. We set up Gacaca tribunals, a traditional form of community justice where citizens elected inyangamugayo, men and women of integrity in their communities, who heard almost 2 million genocide cases. This not only ensured that justice was delivered, but also established the truth of the killings. Reconciliation could begin at last.
Gacaca zimaze kugeramo abaturage tugakorana bariya bavuye mu kazi bagashinja kanaka wowe kanaka twajyanye mu gitero, wowe kanaka twajyanye mu gitero, ngo kuko abakoze jenoside nguko bagaragaye.
abenshi no muri gacaca byatumye bamenya uko ababo bishwe, barihangana barazakira bamenya n'aho bajugunywe.
We ask that the genocide survivors make huge sacrifices by putting aside their desire for retribution in favor of forgiveness and reconciliation. And we ask all Rwandans to leave the ethnic divisions in the past and embrace a future of Ndumunya Rwanda, where we are all Rwandan.
abaga muri senere naje mfite ipeti rya jenerali brigade kuri dufata icyemezo tukava muri senere tukaza mu Rwanda nuko twari tumaze kumenya neza ko leta y'u Rwanda ifite gahunda nziza yo kunga abanyarwanda ikangurira abanyarwanda aho bari hose batahuke mu mahoro kandi waza ikakwakira neza nk'umunyarwanda ugatura aho ushaka utuje utekanye nta kibazo gihari. muri radiyo igihe mazemo nabonye nta vangura umuntu akora akazi ashinzwe nta kintu.
Rwanda is still a work in progress. It is up to the next generations to learn the true story of our past, to protect against genocide, denial and hate, and keep the memory and the lessons of our history alive.
En fait, le négationnisme est en pleine expansion sur Internet, sur les réseaux sociaux, puis sur Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Le discours n'a pas changé. Certaines personnes vont par exemple prétendre que le génocide n'a pas été planifié, mais que les gens se sont mis en colère et ont commencé à tuer. Il faut qu'on soit plus nombreux à protéger la vérité, à protéger l'histoire du génocide contre les Tutsis sur ces plateformes-là.
We have made progress across every sector, creating a secure and ambitious country which offers opportunity and hope to all Rwandans.
byahindutse ni byinshi nyuma ya jenoside yakorewe abatutsi. umuhanda rero akabona polisi atitaye ngo n'ukwande
ndi umukobwa ukora ibijyanye n'ubuvuzi ndetse nkaba ndi no muri siporo kandi byose nkabikora neza. rero umwana w'umukobwa icyo bamubwira ni uko turashobora muri rusange ibyo twajyamo byose dushoboye kubikora neza ndetse turanahagarariwe hirya no hino kugeza ku mudugudu turahagarariwe n'ijwi ryacu rishobora kumvikana.
To our friends around the world, we thank you for continuing to stand with us and ask you to share Rwanda's story and what we've learned about division and reconciliation at a time when the world seems increasingly more fractured. Rwanda's experience is one of unimaginable loss, but it is also the story of a people determined, of resilience, of sacrifice, and of rebirth. Rwanda today is proof that out of the depths of despair can come great hope.
what a beautiful way of remembering where we come from and celebrating our resilience. As we continue with our program, our next performer will help us reflect through music. Ladies and gentlemen, help me to welcome Orly on stage. Preoccuparti più, bella Rwanda, vengo da te, sono finiti i tempi brutti. Following up president or chairperson of Inganji Cultural Troupe, one of the main characters that made this evening possible. He's going to share with us his remarks about this event, and he'll be introducing to us the main actor of the night, of the evening. Help me welcome Belen Guego.
Hello, ciao a tutti e prima di tutto vi ringrazio di essere qui con noi. Siamo veramente felici di vedere quanta gente piace a Ruanda. E allora se mi permettete io uso la lingua, diciamo la lingua che tutti possono ascoltare, che è l'inglese, perché c'è qualche ospite da Ruanda. Thank you everybody, and thank you for being here with us today. So, Inganji is a group of students first, and a group of talented young people full of life that holds the spirit of Rwanda in their hearts. So, our main goal is to showcase Rwanda even outside of the borders, mainly in Italy, because that's where we mostly live. So, as I was saying, Inganji is a group of young people, so we provide support to the community as much as we can to lift each other up, since we are so far from home, and to keep something from Rwanda with us, so we don't forget where we come from. So our main goal, as the Gen Z say is Rwanda to the world. So that's our first priority. So Inganji Culture Troupe, even if I'm the president or the chairperson, was founded mainly by other people who are Lee and Patrick, who are the ones that came up with the idea, and we started this thing together, and everybody fell in love with the idea that everybody wanted to join to make this thing happen. So today we are prepared to give you something, let's call it historical, because it's the first time we want to perform it. It's being created by our past initiative. I want to give them a really special thanks, because they are allowing us to showcase their art. Even if it's the Inganji that's performing it, it was created by our past initiative. And I really want to thank them very much for the opportunity. So what is Magazineni? Magazineni, which translates to I stand firm, is a theatrical performance that blends poetry, movement, and traditional Rwanda music to honor memory, explore trauma, and celebrate resilience. So through these powerful scenes, the play portrays or it showcases the journeys from the life of peace before the genocide of 1994 against the Tutsis, through chaos of division, violence, and more things, to enduring the strength of survival and collective healing. So we are here to showcase that even if our country went through tragedy, that didn't define us, it only gave us strength to come back even stronger. So ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to witness Magazineni.
volendo cancellare la nostra cultura, tesoro più vario di ogni altro. Così alcuni furono chiamati lieti e desiderati, e il loro unico peccato fu essere nati così.
Tous tués. Mais pourquoi ont-ils tué des petits-enfants? Pourquoi nous traitent-ils de serpents et de cafards? Pourquoi violent-ils les filles et les femmes que nous honorons? Je vois des barrières partout. Je sens la mort jour et nuit. Des cris incessants au pays des mille collines. Un temps indestructible. Des images horribles. Le cœur de l'Afrique, plein d'agonie. Pourquoi les rivières et les lacs se sont-ils transformés en cimetières pour nos camarades? Quelle est la raison de chasser les Tutsis dans les marais et les paroisses? Des jours remplis de cris, des nuits pleines de peur. Les étoiles ont disparu du ciel comme si elles aussi étaient effrayées. Avec qui vais-je prier? Avec qui vais-je jouer? Avec qui vais-je danser? twist of the falling moments, our joy was swept away. Our joy were buried by the silence and bleeding wounds. Your promises still lingers beneath the surface. But look, there is no wings to lift them up. Our doubts were sealed, frozen, swept away by the currents and only obligations. Our people, my people, your people, they were so small, so fragile. They were swallowed by heavy darkness. To the naked eye, they vanished from the world. And today, demons continue their work of ruin. The world has hardened, cursed and indifferent to the pain they inflicted upon us, to the rot of their own hateful mindset. The world has hardened, cursed, they inhale hungry, has killed, slaughtered all our people, all our children. But we remain. We are the light bearers. Twabarutse turi intwaro mu mwijima, turiho. We are the survivors, the ones who have passed through darkness. Ariko turacyakunda, nibyo turabakunda, turikunda. We love, yes, we love and we love.
Se solo fossimo rimasti uniti, salti come rocce. Non avrei temuto chi mi camminava accanto, mi avevano detto, tu da terra non subisci attacco, lo conduci. Eppure ignoravo che io la sorte custode dell'ignorato di cuore, che spezzò i mandelli in fazioni etiche, volendo cancellare la nostra cultura, tesoro più raro e odiato. Così alcuni furono chiamati lieti e esiliati, e il loro unico peccato fu essere nativi. lui che ne stimava il carezzo, che poi distrugge la chiesa, ricorda il ruolo di Cano, abbandonato dalle nazioni, ricorda quella valore vago, magico, assicurati, sei tu.
Beretse
zatabaye u Rwanda zidatinya, uwo ni umurage warukaho, abakunda u Rwanda nitwa bikangwaho.
Rwanda has been shaken. We commit to bravery and safety. We are faces honoring resilience that has emerged from tragedy. We shall prove and stand against denial. Our remembrance inspires unity, healing, and a commitment to a brighter future. Together,
murakomeze mutwaze ntabwo nzahorana namwe nsimburira ibarwanya, wa mwanzi w'icyaha mwagarura mu cyaha nzamukubitira nja mwimureba muhumure naratsinze n'imikurukundo ntihari ikibakanga, muzizirane cyane mumenye kunda n'umwana wanjye, niba guhinda kandi umusanga uzampamagare nanjye tujye tujyana, ntihashire imisozi ngo umureba, akandi usanga iyo gihugu uzumpamagara ntabura umurwayi, muhumure naratsinze n'imikurukundo
Before the year 1885, before the colonialists arrived in Rwanda, Rwandans lived in harmony amongst themselves, and although there had been 18 different clans, Rwandans moved up and down their social economic scale with ease. They intermarried, shared the same language, religion, culture, and traditions. As part of German East Africa from 1894 to 1918, Rwanda came under the League of Nations mandate to Belgium after World War I, along with neighboring country Burundi. In 1932, the Belgian colonial administration in Rwanda issued identity cards to all Rwandans. They labeled anyone with more than 10 cows a Tutsi, less than 10 cows a Hutu, and those with no cows, a Twa. This created a specific division of 84% Hutu, 15% Tutsi, and 1% Twa in the population. The Belgians, during their colonial rule, favored the Tutsi over the Hutu and the Twa, exercising the power structure of the few to rule the many, creating a legacy of tension that exploded even before Rwanda gained its independence in 1962. An imposed identity of Hutu, Tutsi, and Twa began to determine people's lives and economic opportunity as division was cemented under the colonial state. Once upon a time, we sang one song, we danced one dance, we got along. Once upon a time, we intertwined, we wine and dine, we were just fine. But when unwanted guests joined our fest and changed our beat, our feet got lost in the rhythm of extreme divisionism. Suddenly we misunderstood the meaning of patriotism and bought into the notion of barbarism. And when we did this, we lost. We lost. We lost. We lost when we forgot that we were one people. That's when all our good turned to evil. We lost when we forgot that we shared the same culture and started targeting our own as would a vulture. We lost when we forgot that we spoke the same language, yet failed to understand one another. We lost when we forgot that we were sisters and brothers. We lost. We lost. We lost. And so we lost so much that we lost ourselves. Allowed a living world to become a living hell. We lost so much. We lost 1,000,000 of our own. We lost so much. We will live to mourn those who were torn away from us. We lost so much when we forgot to trust in us, which is why we must remember. We must remember the dear lives lost and what that cost us as a nation. We must remember that division leads to gloom, that unity leads to gloom. So beware of even the hushed conversations of divisionism inside the comfort of your living room. We must remember remember to tell the whole truth of our history without leaving holes of hate for those who hear us. We must remember to be the defenders of our values and not the offenders, because only together can never again truly be never again. We must remember not to forget that we lost the divide and rule strategy implemented by the colonialists in the 1930s influenced the Hutu Revolution by 1959. Deeply rooted in the colonial policy of ethnic division, this revolution would be the destabilizing fracture in Rwanda's social fabric. From 1959 to 1994, the Hutu extremist regime in power has carried out massacres to exterminate the Tutsi people. The outburst of violence over the years towards the Tutsi people has caused many to flee Rwanda for safety in neighboring countries. Many Tutsi and moderate Hutu refugees in exile have come together to strategize on how to return home and bring peace to their brothers and sisters facing the wrath of Hutu extremists in Rwanda. They have formed a political party called the Rwandan Patriotic Front in hopes to bring a complete halt to years of discrimination, persecution, and injustice, and bring stability and prosperity back to the land of 1,000 hills. Countries that didn't belong to them. It almost felt like an end. started to pretend that we were people who we weren't. We held passports of Ugandans, we held passports of Kenyans. We spoke not our mother tongue and spoke Lingala, Kirundi, Swahili, and Uganda. We knew how to cook their foods, we knew how to dance their dances, we knew their cultures and traditions. We did it so well, couldn't tell the difference if you tried. But the tears of the past that we cried just couldn't be denied. And the people outside didn't help us see there were no political or economic interests in Rwanda. So no wonder they left us alone. We had to figure it out on our own. While we played pretend during the day, we lay awake during the night, constantly thinking of a vision. We finally made a decision. It was time to make things right. Ironic how sometimes we have to fight for peace. We were tired of tears, sick of sorry, weak from worry. We made a choice. It was time to give our people back their voice. We strategized and analyzed on how to transform, put on our boots and uniform, marched towards the borders with persistence, ready for the risk of resistance. Listen, my people were tired of pretense. The journey ahead was intense. We disregarded our dreams, joined forces and made teams. It was time to silence our people's screams. We had no heroes to call on, because Batman was too busy, Superman was too scared, and no one else cared. So we had to become our own heroes. Somehow make millions out of zeros, somethings out of nothings, cities out of ash, dust into grass. But listen, we didn't just pass our task, we excelled and expelled division, discrimination, and corruption. We built a nation far beyond our imagination, far beyond the world's expectation. It was sleepless nights of planning and meetings. It was time, blood, sweat, work, tears. It was sacrifice, and it came at an expensive price. So I salute with more than 1 million lives lost during the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi, which lasted for 100 days. Many survivors were left with nothing but sweet memories of their family and friends who had been brutally murdered. And while it seemed only fair that the world should stop so that they could mourn their loved ones, the world did not. And Rwanda was in ashes. Hills that once held schools, hospitals, homes, roads were now stacked with dead bodies. Nothing was functioning. And just like it was up to Rwandans to stop the genocide against the Tutsi, it was also up to them to rebuild their home, scarred by haunting memories and heavy hearts. They embarked on the daunting task of restoration and renewal. In my mind, you thrive. I think about you all the time. It's how I try to find you. In time and space, I keep you alive. In memories of us together, you survive. And I ask myself questions all the time, starting with, if time equals money, your memory is worth the most to me. But I do the math and turn all the days we could have spent together into any currency, and suddenly, money means nothing to me. Memories of you were like building blocks. I'd be living on tower tops, begging God for just one last moment, one last talk. I still think of you a lot. I never stopped, never forgot. Oh, and if time is distance over speed, memories of you are going nowhere fast for a long time coming. Memories planted like seeds now blossom into trees, forests. You remain timeless. And yes, it's true. Days pass and years go by. Time flies, but thoughts of you still bring tears to my eyes and smiles on my face. I remember you no matter how fast life paces. And as I grow into tomorrow, I do so with hope. Every time I make a move, I'm inspired and guided by you. And everything I do now, I do for two. For the air you could have breathed, I inhale deep. For the dreams you could have achieved, I aim steep. For the risks you could have taken, I make the fearless leap. For the harvest, I plan for two and double my reap. So let the clocks tell the time. I will live to tell your story. I pray your soul rest forever in peace. After the genocide against the Tutsi, Rwandans who committed acts of genocide and survivors of the genocide found themselves living side by side once again, like they did before the colonialists came. The Rwandan government removed the colonialist-imposed ethnic groups from identification cards, as this had caused much pain and division in our past, and instead turned to Rwandan cultural values to find ways to build and reconcile its population, reinforcing our true shared identity. Umunyarwanda. I am Rwandan. We were surrounded by fears, our hopes immersed in tears. But collectively, we decided to switch gears and steered away from anger and danger. Made enemies our peers, made strangers our neighbors. And now, instead of harm, we do each other favors. Together we make headlines in papers. And the same world that had forsaken us now remembers us in a different light. Today I have the honor to speak for a people who decided their pain would not be in vain. hatred into sacred lessons to learn from. A people who took their broken fractions and patched them to make a hole for the spaces between them that once were holes, whose focus on maximizing the death toll evolved to increasing life expectancy. I speak for a people whose mentality transformed in 30 years. I speak for people who have chosen to light candles of hope over burning fires of fear. A people who have made pathways out of roadblocks. A people who have replaced hate speech and propaganda with dialogue and conversation. A resilient people who decide every day to choose unity and reconciliation. I speak for a people from a nation who still mourn their lost loved ones every beginning of April, whose hearts still ache, but who became so acquainted with fear that they became unafraid. I speak for a people who still honor the memories of those loved and lost during the genocide against the Tutsis. These are the people I have the honor to speak for today. When I travel, I introduce myself with pride. I tell the good people I meet where I'm from. And some respond, "Oh, Rhonda, La Hotel Rhonda?" No, Rhonda is not Hotel Rhonda. But more than that, it's not how Rwandans should remain in memory when people think about my motherland. Rwanda is so much more.
Igihugu cyanjye Rwanda rw'imisozi igihumbi, kabeho Rwanda we, kabeho Rwanda we, Rwanda igihugu cyanjye Rwanda rw'imisozi igihumbi, kabeho Rwanda we, kabeho
Rwanda is not Hotel Rwanda. No, Rwanda is the heartbeating life of Africa, the world's example and definition of hope, resilience, and ambition. If you haven't heard, listen. Grab a pen and learn, because Rwanda is a lesson. Forest nesting, and foreign investors fly all the way to invest in. What's happening right now in Rwanda is interesting, and it's amazing to be a part of and watch Rwanda. big-hearted land, where my people chose forgiveness over the atrocities they witnessed. A land where we're not afraid to speak the truth. A land where there is room for the youth. A land where my people work hand in hand to demand justice and dignity. We come from a land that has risen from the ashes of sorrow to the rose blossom of tomorrow. A land of Agachido. We come from that land. Rwanda is not Hotel Rwanda. We will not be defined by the genocide. Rwanda is a land of pride, the home to dreamers, believers, and achievers, learners and teachers, humans and creatures, the heart-beating life of Africa, the world example and definition of hope, resilience, and ambition. If you haven't heard yet, I hope you listen, because Rwanda is a lesson.
Rwanda gihugu cyanjye, Rwanda rw'imisozi igihumbi, kabeho Rwanda we, kabeho Rwanda we. Rwanda gihugu cyanjye, Rwanda rw'imisozi igihumbi, kabeho Rwanda we.
As we conclude tonight, allow me to introduce to you the director of our past initiative as he gives us closing remarks and concludes our evening. Ladies and gentlemen, Ibuka Christian.
Before I share with you my message today, I'd like to start by maybe give you a little bit of who our past is and why we do what we're doing. Our past is a youth-led organization. Started in April 2012, and the idea was very simple: educating ourselves about the history we just learn and educate ourselves, also educate other young people, so we can be able to prevent such atrocities from happening again. And the second one is encouraging parents and our elders to share with us their experiences, and so we can learn from the experiences and prevent the same atrocities from also happening again. The third one, what we do, we are contributing in different ways in the building process of our country, where we help different vulnerable communities by renovating houses, providing easy access to water, health care, also in education. We are now hosting an event that attracts over 8,000 people, the majority being young people. So that's pretty much what we have been doing for 13 years now, and we hope such collaborations will continue and we'll keep building on that to build a better future for Rwanda and for the world. So what I have today, I believe, is not. This is not a speech. This is pretty much a piece, and I try to be as formal as possible. To Honorable Madame Honorine, the President of Ibuka Italia, the Vice President, Pietro Veronese, Father Emmanuel Mussolini, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Niwe, good evening. I want to share with you today this piece, because I believe we will never find the right way to address what happened during the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. I would like to start my piece today by honoring the victim and survivors of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. To the victim, we may not know each other, we may not know each of your names, but we carry you in our hearts every day, in every step. You are our mothers, fathers, classmates, neighbors. Your dreams interrupted, lives unfinished, laughter stolen too soon. And yet you remain with us. In the silence, we hear your voice. In our unity, we feel your presence. Rwanda remembers, and Rwanda rises with you as our foundation. We honor you, not just with flowers, but with foundations, with schools that teach truth, unity, and equality, with homes filled with love, with communities that stand firm against the hatred that once tore us apart. So, this is our oath, to build in your name, to protect your truth, to fight for a future that would have made you proud. We carry you in every word, in every choice, and everything we become. Keep resting in peace. To the survivors, parents, relatives, friends, big brothers and sisters, those who endured the unimaginable and skilled and still work forward with strength and dignity. We are here because you are. You survived, and because you chose to live, we have the opportunity to remember, to learn, and to build. And as His Excellency President Paul Kagame reminded us during Ibuka Italia, we are in your debt. Rwanda asked you to do the impossible by carrying the burden of reconciliation on your shoulders, and you continue to do so every single day. Your courage is our strength, your resilience is our responsibility. We see you, we thank you, and we will walk forward in your name. And to the parents among us today, thank you for your presence and your support. It is a powerful reminder that remembrance is not a passive, it is an active responsibility of worship. As young people we look to you for truth and guidance. You are the keepers of our history. Through your voices, we reconnect with the lives, values, and principles of our grandparents and ancestors. This is why our past initiative exists, not as a one-time event, but as a continuous movement, a platform through which we, the youth, can learn, remember, and preserve the legacy of those who came before us. To the people who made this possible, I want to express our heartfelt appreciation to the team of our past initiative, to Ibuka Italia, and to Inganji. Thank you for believing in this vision and accepting to collaborate with us. Without your trust, talent, and tireless efforts, this commemoration would not have been possible. You stood with us not out of convenience, but out of conviction, and for that we are deeply grateful. And to the incredible our past initiative team, those who are here today and those back at home, thank you for the early mornings, the late nights, the non-stop calls, the creativity, and the sacrifice. You offered your ideas, your time, even your personal resources. By the way, that is why we are here today. We managed to get to this place. Not for being recognized, but for purpose. Your commitment has kept this movement alive. And those who are here today, please know your support is highly, highly appreciated. Let's keep going, let's keep building, let's keep moving our country forward. And to my fellow young Rwandans and those who are here with us today, this is our history. We cannot escape it, we cannot ignore it. This is ours to carry, to protect, and to pass on. Some believe the genocide against the Tutsi ended in 1994. But we must recognize that today we face its most dangerous and final stage. is no longer comes in the form of guns or machetes, but in lies, distortion, misinformation, and those who dare to speak of a double genocide, in those who use hate speech and division to poison the truth. These lies are not harmless. They are calculated, they seek to destroy truth and threaten our future. As a generation, we must rise not with anger, but with truth. We hold smartphones, internet, and platforms in our hands. Let's use them not to react emotionally, but to respond intelligently with facts and evidence, with integrity and conviction. And with the good leadership that God blessed our country with, we will continue to protect our truth, our people, and our future. And to those who still carry the genocide ideology within our country or even beyond our borders, I would like to be very clear on this one. This is not another attempt to educate you or those out there who are supporting you. It is a reminder that this Rwanda is stronger than ever. This Rwanda will never return to the darkness you wrong for. We are moving forward. This is our mission, this is our responsibility, this is our oath as a generation. So those who wish us harm, understand this. Your hatred could not break us then, your threats cannot shake us now. We are ready, we are watching, we are waiting, so choose wisely. And lastly, but not least, to everyone gathered here today, there is a famous saying that kept coming back in the past few weeks that says in Kinyarwanda, kwibuka si ukuzura kabuze. Commemorating is not restating what was buried. It is about looking forward with purpose, not in the past with sorrow. With truth, unity, and courage, we will continue to honor us by building a better future, not just for Rwanda, but for the world. Thank you for your presence today, and thank you for your attention.
Se me lo posso permettere, inviterei di nuovo Honorine, Presidente di Ibuka Italia, per un piccolo riassunto e una conclusione per la nostra serata. Ringrazio e buonasera.
Non è semplice di fare la traduzione, ma fare un piccolo riassunto di un messaggio molto bello che ci ha dedicato oggi Mario Cristian. Insomma, nel discorso che ci ha fatto c'era un messaggio dedicato alle vittime del genocidio, dicendo che come giovani non hanno conosciuto queste persone e non sono qua solo per portare i fiori a loro e per dire a loro che dispiace che sono persone uccise, morte così in modo più atroce, che avevano i sogni, ma che loro come tutti noi come giovani sono pronti a portare avanti questa memoria. L'altro messaggio era dedicato ai sopravvissuti, dicendo che come abbiamo un modo che dice che non questo è il messaggio del nostro presidente Paul Kagame nel trentennale, dove quando lui ha detto che siamo tutti in debito con i sopravvissuti, i quali abbiamo chiesto di perdonare l'imperdonabile, i quali abbiamo chiesto di andare avanti nonostante tutto quello che portano, di quello che hanno visto, che comunque il poter andare avanti del Ruanda è grazie a loro che hanno deciso di perdonare e di accettare questa convivenza con gli assassini. Ringrazia i genitori qui presenti, soprattutto dando un messaggio ai genitori che davvero è importante essere qui anche con i figli, che questo è un modo di educare raccontando la storia come è successa. Ringrazio chi ha reso questa giornata possibile, Ibuka Italia in Gangi e Our Past, spiegando quanto è stato davvero difficile per organizzare questa giornata, che ciascuno davvero ha contribuito, soprattutto a Past, perché l'idea iniziale è loro, che hanno lavorato tanto. C'è chi è qui presente, sono in due, ma anche chi non è qui presente, quanto hanno lavorato e tutti noi per riuscire a realizzare questa giornata. Messaggio ai giovani ruandesi qui presenti, per soprattutto combattere il negazionismo, che come si sa dopo il genocidio sempre segue la tappa, diciamo, di negare tutto quello che è successo. È ovvio, nessuno accetta o dice di aver commesso un'atrocità del genere. Quindi il messaggio è dedicato ai giovani che comunque con i mezzi sociali, soprattutto avendo i telefoni, adesso con la tecnologia, di combattere il negazionismo, ma non con le emozioni, perché a volte si finisce a insultare, ma invece con rispondere con intelligenza, dando i fatti giusti. E comunque ha parlato anche chi porta ancora questa ideologia del genocidio, perché ci sono tante persone ancora sparse nel mondo che hanno modo di utilizzare questa tecnologia. Sappiamo che chiunque ha voce può dire qualunque cosa che gli viene in mente, e quindi dicendo che i giovani sono pronti in ogni caso a combattere con questa ideologia, che sono decisi per fare qualunque cosa per combattere questa ideologia. Ultimo, non per essere ultima cosa, ha detto che come Ruanda, come tutti i giovani, che abbiamo scelto di andare avanti nonostante tutto quello che il nostro paese abbia passato. E concludendo, ha ringraziato tutti per la presenza. In poche parole questo era il suo messaggio, e quindi a nome di Ibuka, a nome di tutti, ringraziando della collaborazione con tutti coloro che hanno partecipato a Past in Ibuka Italia, ringraziamo per questo evento, ringraziando tanto l'Università Pontificia Salesiana per l'ospitalità. E abbiamo concluso il nostro evento, abbiamo sfiorato tanto il tempo perché abbiamo iniziato con qualche ritardo, quindi vi pregherei comunque di lasciare la sala perché abbiamo sfiorato il tempo che ha dedicato a noi. Grazie a tutti, buona serata.